Many years ago, there lived an emperor who was so fond of new clothes that he spent all his money upon the most beautiful and fashionable apparel and finery. He cared not a straw for his soldiers, nor for going to the theater or riding in the park. All he really cared about was showing off his new clothes. He had a coat for every hour of the day. And just as in other countries men speak of the king in council, so here men spoke of the emperor in wardrobe. The great city where he lived was a very pleasant place. Many strangers visited it every day, but one day two impostors arrived who claimed that they were weavers and pretended they knew how to weave the most beautiful cloth imaginable. Not only were the hues and patterns altogether out of the ordinary, but the clothes made for such magic cloth had the peculiar property of being invisible to every man who was either unfit for the position he held or was just plain stupid. They would indeed be valuable clothes, thought the emperor. By wearing them, I could find out which of my cabinet ministers are unfit for the posts they occupy, and I could tell the wise from the stupid. Yes, some of that cloth must be woven for me at once. And he gave the two impostors a great deal of money in advance, so that they might begin their work. Oh. Accordingly, they set up two looms and pretended they were working, but there was absolutely nothing upon the looms. Looms are things that make clothes. They weave together cloth to make clothes. Very soon they demanded the finest silk and the purest gold thread, which they put carefully away, while they worked on with the empty looms till late into the night. I should like to know how the manufacture of the cloth is getting on, thought the emperor, but really and truly his heart was a little uncertain when he remembered that the stupid or the incompetent would not be able to see the cloth. He believed, indeed, that he had no need to be anxious on his own account, but he thought it would be safer to send someone else first to see how things went. Every person throughout the city had heard of the wonderful properties of the new cloth, and all were eager to see how foolish or stupid their friends and relations were. I will send my worthy old minister to the weavers, thought the emperor. He can best see what the cloth looks like, for he is a man of intellect, and none is fitter for his office than he. So the able old minister went into the rooms where the two impostors sat working on the empty looms. Mercy on us, thought he, and opened his eyes very wide. I can't see anything. But he took very great care not to say so. The two impostors begged him to stand nearer, and they'd asked him if the pattern was not a pretty one, and the dyes very beautiful. They pointed at the empty looms, and the poor old minister opened his eyes wider and wider, but he could see nothing, for there was nothing to see. Good gracious, he thought, I'm not stupid, surely. I never thought so before, and I'll take great care that nobody shall know it now. What? I am not fit for my office, eh? Oh no, it will never do for me to go and say that I can't see the cloth. Well, have you nothing to say about it? Asked the weavers. Oh, it is beautiful, absolutely the most lovely thing in the world, said the old minister.